To us, a small introduction of your name and
Yes,
what exactly, who
my
are you
name
to the
is
family?
yeah,
Your
okay.
name and tell us who you are to the family.
My name is Kiama Ogulano. I'm actually a staff of Dr. Ms. Aisha Achimugu. I'm the program director of her foundation, Aisha Achimugu Foundation, and this incident is just heartbreaking. At about 4:30 this evening, I got a phone call that my boss's house had been invaded. And speaking of which, we have her mom, her daughters, and her staff are all in there. And mom is recuperating, so you could imagine the emotional turmoil that she's going through. And right now, we none of us can have access into the house. We've spoken to them, they just did not listen. This is just the height of a breach of her, privacy or whatever, public property, So I don't know why this is happening because from a background story to this, they've written to her and our lawyers have been communicating with them. So this harassment, I don't know why they're doing this. It doesn't all go well
So
with anyone.
have you been able to speak to those in the house and do they have opportunities to also come out and meet with you?
Most nobody can come out. Most persons, their phones were confiscated. So even if you call, you can't even reach them. So it's only probably the operative and maybe the lawyer that was able to get in. One or two persons that were able to get in. But if you check, all of us are all out there. We're just still like we don't know what's happening because they've gained access into our house now. They were struggling to go in, but now they're inside. So we don't know what's happening inside there. So
In terms of struggling to go in, how did they go in? Did anybody open the door for them?
no, no, they didn't open the door for them. They actually forcefully went into the house. So and this thing can be done more amicably. You've requested for her to come. Why don't you just wait when she comes and sees you people and resolve everything? Do we have to go to this extent and do all these rash matters, just to what are you looking for? Why can't you wait for what's it called?
Very
Coming.
well.
I don't know. Like we're all just shocked, and then I really know what they really want because as I speak to you, I'm bothered about mommy because she's recuperating, like I said, and none of us can see what's happening to her. They came with the first bus, the second bus. They even came with another truck of EFCC operatives. What for? What for? The doors in here are all fingerprints, so invariably they must have broken to get into the house. And we've told them she's not in the country. She's not in the country. When she gets back, she will come into the office. But they've refused.
Thank you.
They've refused. It's not nice.
I am the national coordinator of Millibed Vanguard.
Okay, so talk to us as regards your interest at this point.
Okay, our interest here is on the arrest warrant by the EFCC against a businesswoman, a philanthropist, and a woman who has empowered a lot of youth, Aisha Achimugu. We are here today to condemn the media trial of this great woman. We are here today to condemn the media trial of this philanthropist and a strictly businesswoman who is not a politician. We want to believe and say here today that Aisha Ashimogo's declaration and being declared wanted by the AFCC is just a political witch hunt for a woman who is not a politician. Aisha, that we know, is a philanthropist, a businesswoman. She has worked hard for her money. She earned every kobo she spent. And we believe that whatever they are doing today, accusing her of being a front to a politician, being a friend to politicians doesn't mean she's a front to them. Being a friend to politicians doesn't mean she doesn't know where her money comes from. She's strictly a businesswoman. Aisha is someone we know who is into oil and gas, and the whole world knows her. We also know that she just won a bid to acquire an oil like this thing, just of recent. I want to believe that this return today is strictly political.
All right, and then what do you say of some of the allegations of the EFCC that she has been invited and that she has
No,
not been on the
one
investigation?
thing I want to believe is this. I believe that this invitation was just on Facebook. The Aisha that we know is someone who is law abiding. Aisha is somebody that, if being invited, will honor the invitation. What is there to honor the invitation of the EFCC? I believe that her hands are clean. Why won't she honor them? I want to also use the opportunity to call on President Tinubu. She is someone who believes in the rule of law, and she please call the EFCC to order. Let them do their things, the invitation, according to the rule of law.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Condemning strong terms here. The invasion of Aisha's house by the EFCC officials, when they also know that she's not in the country at the moment, locking everybody in the house, including her old mother, not allowing them to move out. We want to condemn this in strong terms and to call on the president to ask them to leave that property at once. Because Nigerians, I want to use the opportunity to call on Nigerians to see where our EFCC has become, what EFCC has become of today. We want to condemn this in strong terms, and we appeal to EFCC to please do their work according to the rule of law. Thank you.
Can you go like so that even if they're doing anything, they won't be seen.
Can you go like? No. Eh? Who can go like?
We are also one of the lawyers, that has been retained by Aisha, Achimugu, to intervene into her ordeals. And of course, what we are saying is that Nigeria is a country that practices constitutional democracy. Constitutional democracy entails strong institutions. The institutions of government and agencies of government like EFCC, they are established under the law, and they must act every day and always in accordance with constitutional and statutory provisions. That's what we are saying. The constitution is very clear. Section 34 guarantees the rights of every Nigerian to self-dignity. No citizen should be subjected to torture or inhuman and degrading treatment. And this kind of, this manner of laying siege at somebody's house, is degrading. It could cause torture, psychological torture, mental torture, and ill health, to a person. If somebody commits a crime, there are procedures. The law has provided how the person should be invited, how the person should be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted. It doesn't end on their table. It ends in the court of law. That is why the constitution has established the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The work does not stop on their table. The EFCC must always act in accordance with constitutional and statutory provisions. A person who is alleged to have committed a crime still have rights to be presumed innocent until found guilty by a court of law. So you must, as always, treat that person with, decency. No citizen of the country should be subjected to inhuman and degrading treatment. Section 45 is against that. Section 35 of the Constitution, Section 34, 35, 36. Combination of these two, rights to inhuman and degrading, not to be subjected to inhuman and degrading treatment, rights, to personal liberty, and rights, to be presumed innocent until found guilty by a court of law. And then under Section 37, every citizen have right to their privacy of family, life, and property. So coming into somebody's house through the window, jumping through the fence because the person is alleged to have committed a crime or money laundering or whatever under the EFCC Act is condemnable, is taking us back to the dark days of Abuja era. And this constitutional democracy, this democracy under Tinubu, we must sustain it together. You see, this democracy, within the ambits of the law, we will continue to condemn illegality. We will continue to condemn atrocity. Tinubu appears now to be, a kind of autocratic, and dictator. that we never imagined. This is a man that showed characters of a Democrat, fought for democracy, and today what we are seeing under him, under the institutions of government under him, is this high-handedness, lawlessness, arbitrariness. So what we are saying is that if Aisha Achimugu has committed any crime under the EFCC Act, she should be arrested or invited for questioning or for whatever investigation you are carrying out, as provided by constitutional provision. The Constitution is the ground norm. The EFCC Act is subject to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not even the chairman of the EFCC has the power to act arbitrarily. He must subject himself to constitutional provision. After all, he was sworn in with the Constitution. So we are saying that this democracy, we will not keep quiet as lawyers in defense of democracy, as human rights activists. We will not keep quiet and allow things deteriorate. We will continue to speak against evil. We will continue to speak against dictatorship. We will continue to encourage constitutional democracy. We will continue to encourage that things are done the right way, the right manner. You don't just jump through somebody's window, through somebody's POP, through somebody's ceiling, and begin to carry out search in the person's absence. What if you plant something incriminating and now allege that you found those things there? So these are clear issues of breach of the provisions of the law and the rights of Aisha Achimugu. So we are saying that whatever should be done within the ambits of the law. And we are calling out on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call the chairman of EFCC to order. Let him act within his constitutional limitation. He is not above the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for Christ's sake. Everybody is subject to the Constitution. That is why he's there in the first instance. If the Constitution has not provided for the National Assembly that may pass a law and establish EFCC, he won't be there. Because there is a Federal Republic of Nigeria that is operating the 1999 Constitution. That is why we have these institutions. So we are saying that the Constitution must always be respected and prevail. This provision should be applied, in total. So whatever be the case, we are saying that we are calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to direct the chairman of EFCC to vacate the woman's house and follow the due process of law to get her to answer any questions if she's needed to answer any questions, in the course of your investigation. Follow the due process of law. Invite her. What about the politicians, that are looting our public fund? What has been done to them? And the agencies of government, the law enforcement agencies of government are very quick at flexing muscle with innocent citizens. Whereas the bandits and the criminals are there in the bush making our lives miserable.
One question, it's not all about talking.
Democracy, about 25 of us, by Tuesday, immediately after the Salah holiday, we are going to court to challenge this illegality, to challenge this on lawlessness. We must restore sanity and sanctity within the ambits of the law in this democracy under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu, we believe he's a Democrat, we believe he fought for democracy, but he's going off the track. So we will call him to order within constitutional limitation, within our constitutional right to approach the court to declare illegality. So on Tuesday, immediately after the Salah break, we are going to court to seek order of the court, first of all, to get an interim order to have them vacate here within the next 24 or 48 hours, and to seek redress within the ambits of the law. Because this cannot happen without redress. We seek damages. We're going to seek for over 20 billion naira damages against the EFCC, in favor of Aisha Achimugu. So that's what we are saying. If they don't honorably and within the limits of their statutory and constitutional power, vacate this woman's house and follow the due process of law in inviting her to come and answer any question as to the investigation that they are carrying out. If they don't comply with the law, we will take them to court and we ask for damages. And we ask for 20 million naira damages. That's what we are saying. Thank you.